There's a huge difference between a person who has their life together and a person whose life is an absolute mess. And one of the biggest factors when it comes to which one you are isn't your willpower, your motivation, or even your discipline, it's your environment. There's a simple way to picture this. If you visit a fish market, even if you don't touch any of the fish, you're still gonna come out smelling like fish. But if you visit a perfume shop, even if you don't spray any perfume on yourself, you're still gonna come out smelling good. Your environment gets on you whether you interact with it or not. And there's neuroscience behind this. Experiences physically shape connections, synapses, among neurons in our brain. Repeated exposure carves pathways, which pathways run your intellectual, emotional, and physical responses to daily life. You're not just influenced by your environment, you're quite literally wired by it. So, today I'm going to be talking about three different environments we live in daily, why they matter, and how you can start improving them. I'm going to start with our physical space because I think that this is the one we think about first. Look around your room. What do you see? Is it organized or is it a complete mess? If it's organized, that's amazing. Congratulations to you, girl. But if it's messy, do not worry. I'm here to help. I'm pretty sure it has happened to all of us. In psychology, they say that our physical space is a manifestation of our inner state. So if there's chaos inside, there's going to be chaos outside. And if there's chaos outside, sooner or later, there's going to be chaos inside. So here's what you can do to prevent that. First step is to declutter. And a lot of times we keep a bunch of things that we don't even need anymore and they just quietly start piling up until eventually you cannot find anything. And there are a lot of ways on the internet on how to declutter, but my personal favorite is the 5 second rule. Here you create three different categories: keep, giveaway slash donate, and trash. And then with every item you grab, you give yourself exactly 5 seconds to decide which of the three categories it goes in. And this is super easy and it's very good because you can go through a lot of things in very little time. So you can organize stuff pretty quickly. Step two is to find a place for everything. After decluttering, this is important because it will help you keep organized later on. And this doesn't mean that you have to keep something strictly in one place forever, but you should look at how you use that specific thing and find somewhere practical for it. This is also a sneaky way to help you turn your space into cues for your habits. So, for example, if you always place your book on your pillow at night, it will help you build a habit of reading every single night effortlessly without you even thinking about it. So, your environment can start building the habits for you. Next up, we have our digital environment, which is just as important as our physical environment because it also needs just as much organization and system. And the obvious is to organize your pictures, your files, your emails, put them into albums so that when you actually need to find something, you don't end up getting lost because it's a mess. But there are other valuable things that you can do, such as creating a second brain on your devices. A second brain is basically a system where you keep all of your information from the different areas of your life. Here you can set reminders, put in schedules, you can store different ideas. And I personally use Notion for this because I really love its features, how easy it is to use, and how customizable it is. But I have heard of people using Claude and different platforms for this. Another amazing thing you can do is to set modes on your devices. I think most devices have a feature of being able to set customizable modes, but there are also a couple of apps that you can use for this. I personally have modes such as filming, exercise, sleep, but you can set literally anything, and these usually have app blocking properties as well, so they are really useful when you want to become more and more productive. I think we underestimate just how much our digital environment influences us. What you surround yourself with online is basically rewiring your subconscious just as much as your physical or social environment. There used to be a time where I used to listen to sad songs and watch band TikToks and all of that, and I kept getting worse without realizing why. And then I made a change. I created a new account and I started deliberately feeding it motivational content and success stories. And suddenly, out of the blue, I began to be ambitious and productive again. Surprise, surprise, it was because our brain literally mirrors what we feed it. And the other way you can use this to your advantage is if you literally just follow people who are living your exact dream life. Just observe their habits, look at the way they live, and unconsciously rewire your brain to achieve exactly what you aim for just by feeding it that exact content. I saved the most powerful for last, your social environment. Let me say one thing first. You do not need many friends, you need the right friends. And sometimes your circle will need to decrease in size so it can increase in value. Because the wrong people will drag you down while the right people will rise with you. And sweetheart, if you look around your social circle and you do not see people who inspire you, darling, that is not a circle, that is a cage. And please remember that you are the CEO of your own life, so hire, fire, and promote accordingly. Your environment isn't just the background noise of your life, it's actively building it day by day, brick by brick, whether you like it or not. And you cannot heal or grow in the same environment that broke you. And I have struggled with this, my friends have too, because it is so much easier to fall back onto old habits you're trying to break in the same environment that created them. And a lot of people skip this because, oh, it just seems so unnecessary. Because you can journal, you can set goals, you can read every single self help book out there. But if your room is still a mess, your feed is still negativity, and your social circle is still the same one that created the version of you who you are currently trying to change, you will just end up fighting your environment every single goddamn day. And you will have such a hard time changing. So don't just ask yourself who you want to become. Ask yourself whether your current environment aligns with that vision or whether you have to change it. That concludes today's video. I hope you learned something valuable, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!